Today we're going to do a complete breakdown on how we did this luxury home shoot for a builder client of ours. Our client is a luxury home builder in Sydney who've just recently built a home near where I lived. So what they wanted from us was an amazing premium video to showcase this home. So the team that we have for this shoot is a two-man crew. Me and Jono, just two best friends enjoying the time of their lives and doing a luxury home shoot. So the first setup I want to talk about is the interview setup. In terms of equipment, I'm using a Sony A7siii on a tripod, shooting on S-Log3. My lens is a Sony 24-70mm f2.8. And in terms of lighting, we opt just to use one big powerful light, which is the Landlight 300B on a light stand with a light dome. Now the setup is pretty straightforward. The living room was probably the best part of the house with natural light flowing in, perfect symmetry for our composition. There's not a better spot for the interview itself. So Jono was the one asking the questions for this interview, and it's important to prepare the questions beforehand.
How did you envision your lifestyle fitting into this new space? So maybe talk about how you guys have your 5-year-old son. How do you guys envision life happening in this home?
It felt like home. We could really see ourselves living here. I think the skylight, the curve, the kitchen.
Yeah, just everything that it makes us feel when we walk in.
So in the next scene, we'll be shooting the couple in the areas of the house which they frequent. So the purpose of this shot is to add a bit of human element to the video itself. We don't just want to show the shots of the property being empty. We want to show some human element within the shots. So what I did was I put my Sony A7 III on a tripod and we'll first shoot the living room being empty, and then I directed some interactions of the couple within the living room itself. When I got back to editing, I linked the shots together and add in a crossfade transition. And then I would also add in a slow zoom in as well. Before we move on to the next point, I want to let you in on our little secret. You know how we went from complete beginners to now full-time filmmakers? Well, our journey wasn't easy, and there were a lot of times where we had no idea how to take our videos to the next level. Well, you might be feeling the same way as well. So that's why we have our Filmmaker Starter Kit, which is basically a roadmap on how we went from zero to making 6 figures with our videography skill. So in this kit, you'll find the different packages that we sell to our clients, or our email templates that we send, and also tips and tricks here and there on how we leave our clients satisfied at the end of the day. So if you're interested in that, please check it out in the link in the description down below. So when we did B-roll of the house, I was using the camera on the gimbal, the DJI RS2. In terms of my camera settings, I was on 100 frames per second. Now, one of the first things I did was to play around with the interesting lighting around the house. The morning sun was shining into the living and the dining area and was like producing some really interesting frames. So I absolutely have to capture that. So in terms of the gimbal modes that I'm using, a lot of times when I'm doing a wider shot, I will be using the mode PF. So this mode makes sure the camera stays still and would not move up or down, just left and right. So this way, all the lines in my shots are perfectly straight and make sure that I don't have any uneven shots at all. If I'm shooting close-up B-rolls or highlighting a special element of the house, I'll tend to be on the PTF mode, which means I can move my camera left and right and also up and down as well, depending on how I'm moving the gimbal. Now, a general tip when you're doing B-roll, especially for real estate and home shoots, is to use foreground, right? Foreground adds a lot of depth into your shots. So that's it for today. I hope you find this breakdown super valuable and it'll help you in your next real estate or luxury home shoot. Now, if you're interested in taking your videography to the next level, we are launching the second round of our filmmaking cohort program. In this program, we'll teach you how to build a portfolio, get your first clients, build up your client base, and a roadmap on how to eventually get to 6 figures. What you'll find valuable is you'll be also doing this with other people just like you, passionate about videography, but looking to take it to the next level. So if that's something for you, start registering your interest now. Link in the description down below. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Stay focused.